Hello, Vernon.
Hey, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing well. I can't complain.
Okay. Um, yeah, since we have to manage our time this week, I would directly asking you, what do you want to achieve this week? You have
I
any?
don't know. I really wanted to figure out how to um improve my cooking skills and figure out how to, make a few dishes for my fiance.
Mm-hmm. So you want to improve your cooking skills within 1 week.
Yeah. Or, not 1 week, but I at least want to be able to make a nice dish within the.
Okay. So you want to learn to cook one nice dish um, within 1 week.
Yeah.
Okay, this sounds a very good mission and with a good will. Yeah, let's see what we can do. What's your cooking level now? Yes.
So it's a bit of a flip. So I'm a really good baker. I can cook all types of cakes, desserts, tarts, everything.
Hmm.
Um, but I suck at cooking. Everything turns out, as dark as me. So
I
it
see.
comes burnt
Okay.
and smoky, and sometimes fire starts. So.
Ah, sounds a lot of fun. Okay. You have any idea what kind of dish you wanna cook for your family?
uh, she really likes the lamb chops that I make sometimes.
Hmm.
But she's really into seafood. So I'm thinking like some type of like, surf and turf with the lamb and the seafood. I don't know. I don't know. I want to be fancy with it.
Okay, fancy. Hmm. Suppose you can make her happy. Um, so you will be comfortable to just target to learn this fish with lamb chop and this dish,
hmm
or what else options you are thinking of?
Well, she really likes steak as well.
Yeah.
So I might be able to make some type of steak dish.
Hmm.
She's really into pasta and like West African dishes as well.
Hmm.
Spinach to be specific. Uh,
Hmm.
so I don't know. I might try and make some spinach one day.
Okay.
Um, but I don't know where to get the ingredients, how to cook it, who to talk to prepare
That's exactly the questions I would like to ask you
it.
yourself. Talk about that later. You mentioned a fancy dinner or fancy dish you want to prepare. What kind of dish is fancy in your mind?
It you gotta have a nice presentation. I guess you can make anything fancy with nice presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and everything of mine just looks like slop. So
Mm-hmm.
presentation isn't my key thing.
Okay. Yeah. What is your most fancy dishes cooked before?
I can make really good lamb chops. Like, meats, I know how to make meats. When it comes to like anything else but like a meat, I can't make it. I know how to salt a steak. I know how to put it in the oven. I know how to take it out the oven.
Yeah,
That's all I need to know.
I see. Is it enough for you to serve for your wife within the week? That's your, or any improvement area you want to consider?
Yeah, so I think it's more so like how to like actually, make my food more flavorful and robust, and then like how to present it well.
Mm-hmm. Again, from the level 1 to level 5, what is your favorite cooking food now? And what is the 1 week later you want to achieve difference? What's a gap?
So like my level in cooking now would be like a 2,
Okay.
and then I want to be able to get to like a 3, maybe a 2.5 within a week.
Okay. Very humble target. So what, as your imagination or your assumption, who can help you to make this progress?
So what I've been using so far are like online recipes, watching Food Network, and then just from time to time I'll call up my grams, see what type of recipes she has.
Hmm.
But actually getting the recipes and then making the dishes are two totally different things. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for me that well.
Okay. Um, Back to the levels.
Mhm.
From 2 to 3. Let's target high. Okay. From 2 to
Okay.
3. What do you need to specifically improve from flavor? Be specific. Tell me
I
ideas.
guess it'd be the type of seasonings or the combination of seasonings I would use. I really want to learn more about like the different types of spices out there, like what they're used for, what they complement each other with, what wines go good with it, things of that nature. Just really like how to develop like a more robust flavor profile
Hmm.
for my
Hmm.
fiance, so she's not just eating gristle and grit.
Okay. So you mentioned seasoning material and spicy you need. Well, it'll be helpful for you if you list, short list
Hmm.
1 or 2 or 3 major names of the dish, and how many times practice you need.
Okay. So like list what dishes I'm gonna make and then how many times I need to practice those.
Yeah. How many dishes you need to list, you think?
Okay. Okay, cool. How many dishes do I think I need to list? Maybe I'm not sure. I just want to make one this week, but I guess I guess I can think through about 3 or 4 of them. See which ones I want to make.
So since the time is very limited,
Hmm.
comfortable with only fix to practicing one dish, or you want to keep the option open?
I think I want to just practice one dish.
Great. Then we talking about this one dish. Um, let's thinking about um, what it is. What it is.
So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try for like a seafood dish. She really likes seafood. Um, Maybe oysters Rockefeller, like that's one of her favorites. I don't particularly like oyster Rockefellers, but she loves them, so maybe I'll try that.
What you need to do to fix this dish eventually? Because seems like you're always thinking about different options. What would
Yeah,
take you to fix? Because as you said, you just need to practice one. So what would
yeah,
you make your mind?
yeah. So I think I'll go with the oyster Rockefeller just because that's her favorite. That'd be my one dish that I'll try and work on or
Okay.
research through the week.
Okay. Um, so what you will do from the procedure of preparing this, practicing?
Yeah, so I currently don't even know how to make them. I just know what they look like. So I first have to like figure out a few recipes online, figure out like which one actually sounds like it actually tastes good, which ones don't. And then from there maybe go online and figure out like if fresh oysters are better than frozen oysters or how to actually prepare the oysters so I don't make anybody sick. Things of that general nature. I think I'm gonna have to like research within a week to figure out how to make them.
What else steps need?
Probably just grabbing the groceries, figuring out a time when I'm gonna do that, getting all of the preparations, finding time in my week to actually cook it, and then finding time in my fiance's week where she doesn't know I'm cooking it, so I can surprise her with
You have any time that she's not in with you and you can cook?
it. Yeah, I think this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, I can.
Great. Seems like you have a very solid plan to go. You're gonna go to search and do glossary, and you secretly playing, practicing your cooking
Yeah,
for this Voice Rock. What do you call this dish name?
oysters Rockefeller.
Oysters Rockefeller.
Yeah. Rockefeller.
Rockefeller. Okay. Oysters Rockefeller. Okay. Since only if you have idea what it is, you just make it. Okay, okay. I think this is how many times you need to practice or a one-time shot? How do you think?
I think it's gonna probably be like a one-time shot type of thing.
You're quite confident with with yourself.
No, oysters are just kind of hard to get around here.
So what do you think you can easily improve from two to level three with one-time shot?
um,
Yeah. If
I don't know.
how to
Maybe.
make this how to make sure it will be success within your.
Yeah. So I guess the since this would be a one-time shot type of dish, uh, I'm
Okay.
probably gonna make it a few times in the next upcoming weeks and months. But like for the first week, it's probably gonna be a one-time shot. And so like just making sure that I have like the right measurements in order for ingredients, spices. I have like all of the directions in order. Sometimes I don't like to follow directions, which is like a flaw that I do admit to. And so making sure that like everything is heated properly and
Mhm.
everything is properly prepared and shucked so that way I don't get any foodborne illnesses and like my dish actually comes out tasting good.
Okay. Let me remind you that our goal is
Mhm.
within the week you prepare to cook one dish. Your
Mm.
says one of the favorite, which is the name I cannot pronounce. You know. And,
So
so
oysters Rockefeller is just basically baked oysters with like spinach and cheese and stuff. And
mm.
so what I can do to maybe practice it is try and do like one oyster at a time throughout the week to see like how I can prepare it before I make like the full smorgasbord of
Okay.
oysters.
Yeah. Uh, okay. How long time you are calculating with?
I think it's about 10 minutes about now.
Okay. So um, you've decided to cook at the weekend, and you will search online. Step
Hmm.
and step two, you will do some materials sourcing, and then you will do glossary, and
Hmm.
will make the dish according to the recipe. So let's see what sounds like a plan and quite a lot of actions. And what do you think will be stopping or will be obstacle for you to achieve this?
Um, the only stopping point would probably be just figuring out which grocery stores will have enough oysters to both like practice on and to make for our Saturday night dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of like locating the actual resources needed for it, um, just finding time to practice. That's about it.
Okay. So you said grocery store, maybe you don't have this material?
Yeah, because sometimes they just don't. Some grocery stores don't carry oysters. Some do. So I just have to research which grocery stores within my area has them, and then just go there. So I don't think that'll take much time at all.
Okay. So for your research, seems like how many categories or information you need to find then?
Uh, just the recipes,
Mm-hmm.
what's needed, um, how to properly prepare them, and then where to actually buy
Okay, great. Um, then
them.
when you gonna do this research?
I could probably do this tonight. Because even though it's 4 categories, it shouldn't take much time to research all 4 categories.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. And then next submission will be when you do this glossary. Um,
Shopping? Yeah.
Weekend, right? That's you do and you cook.
hmm Yeah, so I'm probably gonna go shopping maybe on Friday
Mm-hmm.
and then do at least for the full meal. Maybe do like buy a few of them today to practice on, and then do the full meal on Saturday. So that way I can surprise my fiance. Yeah.
I see. This is good. So only one question we didn't, one concern didn't address that how you can make sure this from level 2 improve to level 3, but maybe we can have some other discussions.
Uh,
Yeah,
I guess I can guess it based off how well it tastes the first time I practice on it, and then like how well that final dish comes out, and see if I get sick or not from the first one, and see
okay,
if it's actually edible the final dish.
great. But anyway, if you put so many so many love in the whole process, I suppose, or we wish that your fiance can feel that, and plus the love, it will be, yeah, a great improvement, I guess. Hope you have a success cooking, and yeah,
Okay,
so,
cool, cool.
yeah,
Well, well then I hope to see.
okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll talk next time. um, Lisa, please
Yeah.
give us the brief
Feedback.
feedback. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So all in all, I'd say it was successful because Vernon now has steps that he needs to take in order to make this dish, and he has like a set of kind of priorities, what to do first, which is get the recipe, find out what ingredients he needs, find out when his fiance will be gone, so he has time to cook, and then shop for ingredients, and then actually try it out. So I think that's a good plan. Um, the conversation did go a little bit slow at times and seemed a little bit like stuck and maybe repeating certain things quite often. Um, like in the beginning, when Vernon said that he needs help with all the things like what to get, where to get a recipe, how to learn to do it, you you asked, like, instead of going into that straight away, you asked again, like, so what's your favorite dish, or what's a dish you've made in the past? And maybe it would have been more dynamic to go right into, okay, how do we go about getting these things? So you repeated the question a few times, like 2 or 3 times, what he likes to cook and what he's cooked in the past. So maybe the 1 to 5 question was very good when you asked him to rate his cooking. I think that's very good for him to reflect on what he thinks his cooking is like. Um, the suggestion when you said, how did you learn to cook that? Or I think you asked, have you considered like how to get your recipes? That was good. Maybe I would have asked like an open question, like, so how do you think what's the best way for you to cook this meal? Or what are the options that there are for learning how to cook? But then Vernon straight away went into like cooking channels, recipe food network, so that was good. You made him think about that. When we were talking about the fiance, it kind of went a bit, it took a while to get to the actual point, and like a lot of questions kept kind of repeating themselves. Because the goal was already set to make one dish. So maybe it would have been good to ask straight away, so what's your fiance's favorite dish? Just so he knows, like, okay, that's the goal. But then we found out, so oysters Rockefeller, so that's good. When you asked him, when you asked him to make a list of different meals and the time it takes to prep them, I don't think that question was so effective. I feel that the question made him a bit confused and he was a bit overwhelmed because all of a sudden we went from like preparing one dish to like making a list of different dishes and
No, no, no. Maybe it's wrong. I said the material or the
like a
recipes needed.
grocery
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
list.
It's for shopping list.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, sometimes. But anyway,
Okay, that's interesting because I think Vernon understood it like a list of different meals. So I think he.
Yeah, I thought you said a list of different meals and not a list of different materials.
yeah, next time I can
Okay.
make myself clear.
Okay, so
But
like
we
a,
don't have too many times, so
Yeah.
yeah,
like
thanks.
like a grocery list.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I should have made it clear.
Okay, yeah, but then the question makes sense. Yeah, and then I think as soon as we had the oysters Rockefeller down, it was very effective because you asked like very direct questions. Okay, what do you need? When will your fiance be gone? How are you going to go about making these? And then Vernon made this like step in his head how he's going to practice and how he actually wants to find the best way. So that's really good. Yeah, I think the wrap up was really, really good. You created like a really positive atmosphere again. You told them, have a good time and have a lot of fun. So I think that was a really good way to end it. Yeah, and all in all, I think it was an effective coaching.
Thank you.
Right? Then can you hear me?
I don't know recording. Pause. Why it's